Mackenzie is microwaveable. So the fact that I'm making this video the day after I uploaded the first Patio Book Club video is testament to how I'm not really that slow of a reader. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert. This is my reaction to the ending of Mockingjay, so if you haven't read it or you want to read it, don't go any further. Click off of this page right now because I don't want to spoil it for anyone. There are no words. There's no words and there is no emotion. Ugh. What? The ending of Mockingjay was kind of weird to me. I don't know, it just had this weird vibe to it, but I guess that was the point. I was so sad about everyone who died. My heart, you know, it was too much emotion and I couldn't feel it. The only part that I actually physically cried at was when Buttercup came back to the house after they had gone back to District 12 at the very end, and Katniss is just there alone, and then Buttercup comes in and she's looking for Prim, but she's not there. You guys don't know this about me. I'm not really a person who likes to show too much emotion. I don't really like to show that. I don't know why. I was reading it outside and then we were grilling out, so my parents were outside with me, and so I read the chapter where Prim dies when they were there, so I couldn't really express my emotions because I'm like, nobody can see me emotional. And when they make the movie of that, there will be waterfalls. There will be waterfalls and my friends will get freaked out. So be prepared, whoever I'm going to see this with, because it's what's happening. When Katniss voted for a revenge Hunger Games, I was going to stop reading right then. So I'm like, this is never gonna end and I should just stop reading. I'm so glad I didn't. And when Katniss shot President Coin, I was so happy. I physically shouted yes, and I was so happy. I was like, Katniss, my homegirl, she's got it down. Finally, it's a twist, and she was in control of it, and she planned it in her head, and Collins didn't tell us about it. That's exactly what I was looking for throughout the whole Catching Fire and Mockingjay. So thank you for that. Oh my gosh. All of the emotions are coming now. Ah! And I really thought she was gonna end up with Gale. I really thought that. I'm really glad that the series is over. I think that it ended in a good place. I really liked where it ended with Peeta and Katniss. There have been a couple of TV shows that I've watched where one of the main characters in the love interest loses their memory, and so they have to like reconnect, and then you never know if they do reconnect or not. So I'm glad that Suzanne Collins wrapped it up for us, and I like how she described the kids, that the girl had dark hair but Peeta's eyes, and the boy had Peeta's hair and Katniss's eyes. That's just really nice. I was kind of waiting. I made this silent prediction in my head quickly while I was reading. Like, the Hunger Games and that whole episode was in our past and we're here now, like, as a result. But she didn't say that, which is probably a good thing because she says that they teach about the Hunger Games episode of Panem in school, so so good. So my friends will know that now I've read them and we can all go on with our lives. So there's my very animated reaction. I've already started reading another book, and I'll tell you what it is now. You can keep up with what I'm reading and what I've read on Goodreads.com. It's a social networking website for book lovers, so you should definitely check it out, and you can become friends with me and see what I'm reading and what I've read and, you know, what I want to read. And it's a good place if you want to have a book list. So this weekend I went to see Wicked at the Beale Theater, and I had a weird reaction to that, so I wanted to read the book to find out, because The play seemed really light and funny. I was expecting something a lot more serious, and so that kind of threw me. So I'm reading the book next, and I've just read the first chapter. Did I read the first chapter? The prologue or something? I want to find out what happens and see how well the play stuck to the book. And I really like the idea of coming into a story from another side. Like in the Hunger Games series, I kept thinking of all the different sides someone could approach this story with, and I was getting really excited about it, so I wanted to see how someone did that. And I've heard Gregory Maguire did a great job with this book and the other books that he's written, so I'm really excited to read it. So yeah, that's it for now, and I'll be posting another 2 videos next week. I'm staying on schedule for like once in my life. I guess we'll see you next week. Okay, bye!